All right. Let's welcome in our first headliner of the week, Carl Icahn. He is the chairman of Icahn Enterprises. Carl, it's good to have you here. I think you were with us on one of our very first shows. It is good to have you back to help mark our 10th year. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. And I think I was on a number of your shows over those 10 years, and I'm glad you've been so successful.
No, I appreciate it very much, and it is good to have you. You're still in the news, as always, and I do want to talk about your latest activist play in just a moment. I want to start, though, where I left off with my investment committee, and that is talking about the market, because when you were with us last on television, which was a year ago, in October of 2020, you were pretty bearish. And I spoke to you again on the phone in January of this year, and you told me that you were, quote, pretty well hedged. Now, I'm wondering how the market looks to you today, whether you're still as hedged or if you've covered some of the short positions that you've had in the overall market.
Well, you know, what I would say to you is that predicting the short-term market is almost, I've made it almost a cardinal rule to not try to predict short or medium term, and it served me well, at least served me well in 2021. I made the mistake of straying from that rule in 2020, paid the price for it. And therefore, I'm not in any way, I've come to the conclusion that it's almost like in the song Enchanted Evening, Some Enchanted Evening. And he's saying this, who can explain it? Who can tell you why? Fools give you reasons, wise men never try. And I learned that a few times in my life and learning it again. Talking about the market on a short-term or even medium-term basis, you cannot do. And activism is the best paradigm there is in the market. I've learned to believe that. Maybe some quant funds can figure out a way to predict the market, but the best way to invest, by far, is activism. And there's tremendous barriers of entrance to activism today. I think, in a way, we're almost the last activists because it's very hard to break into that business. Because, number one, most of these hedge funds that want to be in it don't have permanent capital. And without permanent capital, you know, sometimes you have to go into this activism and you have to wait 2, 3, 4 years, as we've done in many cases. And, you know, if you have money in a hedge fund, or an investor in a hedge fund, they're not going to fit for that. So and the other reason that we can do it over the years, Scott, is that we have a brand name, a true brand name, sort of like Coca-Cola. So when we come along, the target, and even the advisors of the target, know we're never going to go away if we don't get at least board seats and the ability not to micromanage, but to give macro advice.